Barbara. It is overcast outside, so even though it's 50, it is not actually very comfortable on the deck, so I'm going to be inside. Good morning, it's Barbara. Oops, thank you for joining me for coffee. I hope you are well. I hope everyone is well and recovering and doing well. It's not so gorgeous outside today, so I decided to stay in the house. It just feels cool and damp even though it is 50. Maybe we'll get lucky and the sun will come out later this afternoon because it's completely cloud covered now. Dennis says it's going to rain all day tomorrow, so we're not looking forward to that. Tomorrow is rehab day. So I'll be taking her. Dennis will take his mom today to her orthopedist. So, but I don't know what time that is. I just went to tell Dennis he should call his mom, but he says, I'm talking to her now. And maybe we can get some good news about her knee. That would be nice if they can do something to help her. She's in pain. So that's what he's doing today. Turns out I was wrong about the timing of the fancy sauce. It was not being made yesterday, but I was buying the ingredients for it, which I did. So I went shopping yesterday. And if he's going to be out in the middle of the day, he may not even make it today, although I would be happy to stir it and whatever. As long as it didn't need constant stirring. I mean, it can't need constant stirring, surely. So I will help with that if he wants to do it today. The day he does it is going to make the house smell absolutely amazing. But I guess my thinking was it was going to be sooner rather than more sooner than it's going to be. Anyway, whatever. So no sauce was made yesterday, but I did go to the store and get all the ingredients. I did make my crackers. I did make my salmon spread. I also made some bacon onion dip to go with the crackers. And I have to doctor that a little more. Dennis tasted it. I made it late in the day and I didn't have any of it, but he tasted it and said he's liked previous batches better because this was too densely packed with bacon and stuff, and he likes it a little, anyway. I'm going to put more cream cheese and sour cream in, and I think he'll like it better then, and it'll make more. What's not to love? So I'll be doing that today, but that's what I did yesterday. I had my crafting with Christy yesterday. Let's see my drinks. My drinks are all up to date. I put in all my drinks and then I started outlining. I only have this many more glasses to outline because I outlined during our Zoom together too. So I'm pretty much caught up. But next Sunday, can you see that? Next Sunday is May. So it's time for me to start working on my May glasses. And I do have to do the little details on the shelves and things. And I haven't put any tchotchkes in yet, so I got to do that. But I'm enjoying my drinks shelf immensely. I'm enjoying doing it even when I'm not talking to my daughter, which means that I might keep up with it even when, things start to get a little crazier in her life and she's not able to Zoom with me. I think it's pretty adorable myself, so I'm thinking that's going to be a pillow eventually in its lifetime. Grab your drink. That reminds me, apparently Chevis is going to be at Maryland Sheep Mall, and I'm going to be there too. I've decided I'm going to go. So it's mostly outdoors. So those of you who are going to Maryland, please, there's a podcasters meetup at 2:00 on the hill by the shearing barn or something. I don't know. I'll find out more details. And because I'm not picturing a hill exactly, so I'm not sure exactly where that is, but I will do my best to find out, and I hope to meet you guys, any of you who can come. And I'm looking forward to meeting Chevis and seeing the Crafty Toads. They're going to have a booth. I haven't seen them in ages, and since I've been on a no-buy yarn, I haven't bought any of their yarn in ages, so I'm really looking forward to looking at some of their new colors and cuddling their yarn and buying something. Yeah, the last festival I went to was Rhinebeck, that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I'm not sure if it was the one 2019. It might be. I should have looked. It's the one where I locked my keys in my car. And I was on a no-buy year, yarn, a no-buy yarn year. So I bought things besides yarn. So it's not like I didn't get anything. But, so I'm looking forward to cuddling some yarn and hoping I can make some good choices. I have a tendency to, I have a lot of trouble. I have trouble in a yarn shop picking yarn because it feels overwhelming to me, all these beautiful yarns and everything. And so a yarn festival is even worse, to be honest. And I have a tendency to buy yarn that I end up not really using. I mean, I'm just starting to use the yarn I bought at my first Maryland Sheep and Wool 6 years ago. I mean, because I bought the weirdest stuff. I mean, I liked it, and I still like it, and I cuddle it, but, you know, nothing comes to my mind. Well, my Hermitage wrap that I'm knitting, that I started and haven't worked on in forever, is made out of a lace yarn that I bought at Maryland Sheep and Wool. That first one, and I have this beautiful, and I think I've shown it to you before, this beautiful autumn colored mohair, two different yarns, mohair and a boucle, in exactly the same color. They're gorgeous, and I bought them because they had a beautiful kind of tailored jackety looking sweater made out of these two yarns held together, and it was beautiful, and I got, you know, and I bought it. But it's 1,000 yards in each of these giant skeins, and until I lost some weight, I don't think I couldn't make a sweater jacket out of 1,000 yards. I probably can now, because when you hold mohair and boucle together, it probably knits up almost like an Aran weight. Now that I think about it, at least a worsted. And I can make a sweater out of 1,000 yards of a worsted, right? Maybe. Anyway, so I have a tendency to get overwhelmed, and I have a tendency to buy weird things. Lovely, but weird. So since I know I don't need any yarn, I hope I don't get too crazy. But I am, you know, thinking I'm going to be buying some prizes. So that's fun. Last year, Marianne put together a gorgeous prize package for us. I don't know if you remember that. She had gotten at Maryland Sheep and Wool. And I forget what month that was that we gave that away. But, so I will do the same. But I'm looking forward to the people most of all. I may be having dinner with my friend Juanita. I'm a little nervous about masking and being indoors and everything. You know, I'm gonna put my mask on when I go into the barns, even though they're open. You know, they're very crowded, and you know, so I plan on masking half the time, even when I'm kind of outside and stuff, because I'm very nervous about COVID. The more I read about the effects of it, the less I want to get it. So I'm just do my best. You know, I have to do my best. And the week after that, my sister's coming, Dennis's sister's coming. You know, I want to be careful and not make anybody else sick and not miss out on visiting because I have COVID. So I want to be very careful. I don't think I have to explain why I don't want to get COVID. But anyway, so I may be overcautious while I'm at Maryland Sheep and Wool, but I'm also looking forward to it. It's a day trip for me. It's about a 3-hour ride. So, yeah. I'm getting kind of excited. I'm going to try to make a list of things that I might want to look for. One thing, and what suggestion on the Zoom was, what about your penguano? I'm like, oh, I could come up with the yarn for my penguano at Maryland Sheep and Wool, and figure out my color scheme and come up with yarn for my penguano. And I need to look at before I put away my sweaters, which obviously haven't done yet. Before I wash up my sweaters and put them away, I want to take an inventory of the colors and things and think about what colors I might want. If I were going to buy a sweater's quantity of yarn, what color is missing? I have orange now. My pink is a summer sweater that I wear with a turtleneck sometimes, occasionally. So maybe I'll look, for a pink, although I have that beautiful Strike color from Benta of Arctic Crafts knits that I bought. And then I haven't knit it yet. And I'm pretty sure it's either a DK or a worsted. I need to look at that yarn, but I have a sweater's quantity of that, and that's bright and cheerful, and that might just be, so in that inventory I also have to look at what do I have a sweater's quantity of already, so that I don't need to buy a sweater's quantity of yarn. Who am I kidding? I have so much yarn, and I just need to go through what I have and work on knitting it. Like I'm working on my Lunam. The only crafting I did yesterday was the drink shelf, but I just took my Lunam out and put it out on the table because my two sides aren't exactly the same length. I think I'm missing at least 2 rows on one side, so I wanted to lay it flat so I could see, and I am. At least 2 rows. So I'm going to do 2 more rows on one side, and then I'm ready to start the shaping of the shoulder shaping on my Lunam. Anyway, so I'm thinking about all the yarn I have sweaters quantities for. Most of it is darkish, beautiful but darkish. And what do I have on me? Fuzz. But I do have that gorgeous Strike from Benta, and I need to look what else I have. I had bought gingerbread and like a raspberry color from the Crafty Toads all those years ago. I was going to make a striped sweater from one of the pom-pom magazines, and anyway, I don't need a sweater's quantity of yarn, but I will try to. I don't have to buy any yarn. I'll buy at least 1 prize package. So I will give myself permission to do that. And I am going to go to the natural. I'll buy the prize package from the Natural Dyers ladies who I love. And I hope to see them there. if you are going to Maryland Sheep and Wool. They are easy to find. When you go in the main gate, go all the way up the path, the road to the field, and that's the main drag going the opposite direction. Make a right, and they're the last booth on the right, across from the auction tent. And it's only about 4 booths that direction. Almost all the rest of the festival is to the left when you go up that road. They're the last booth. Anyway, I will be going to theirs because I love their yarn. I have knit a bunch of their yarn, and I still have some, but yeah. I always go there first. Anyway, if you're going, please let me know and we can figure out. I'll be going to the podcasters meetup. At a minimum, you can meet me there, and flag me down if you see me. I'll be wearing my mask in the barns, but you'll figure. You'll know it's me, right? Anyway, I'm gonna go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.